So we love our birds. We love to feed them. We have about a dozen bird feeders scattered throughout our property right now. We have a big variety that come visit us every day, and we just love watching them. But if you've ever tried to feed birds, then you know inevitably the squirrels are going to find your bird feeders. And this video explores squirrel baffles. I've never used squirrel baffles. I don't know if they work, how they work, how successful they are. But we have, our last video, we did a little project to try to see how high we could get a squirrel to jump for his favorite food. And they kept going the wrong way. They kept sliding down the pole. So we're going to try squirrel baffles, see how they work, see if we can deter the squirrels to get them to go where we want them to go. So I have no idea whether they're going to work or not, so we'll see what happens. Here's a good example of a metal baffle. It's just narrow on the top, wide at the bottom, and very easy to set up. And the effectiveness, let's see.
Why do you shamelessly waste my time like this? I don't know.
So we gathered about 2 weeks of data, and it looks like with the single baffle mounted on the top of the feeder, the squirrels had about an 18% success rate, which, in my book, that doesn't really work, because one squirrel gets down and he's going to eat all the food out of your bird feeder, number one, and number two, he's going to know that he can get down there. So he'll try over and over and over until he succeeds, so that 20% of the time will end up eating, getting all your bird food stolen. So not a success in my book. Let's try something else. Well, that was kind of funny to watch. One squirrel baffle evidently is not enough, so good thing I have 2 squirrel baffles. So we're going to put a second one about maybe 3 foot under that first one, and there's no way they're going to be able to deal with that. So let's put it up and find out what happens. So we put a second baffle up, and then we put some PVC on that chain in between them. I don't know. If they make it that far, I think I'm just going to let them eat. So I think our double squirrel baffle is working fine. It's been out for several days now and not a single squirrel has made it past, although they keep trying over and over and over. So, problem solved, I think. So we know a single baffle did not work sliding down the PVC, the rope. Let's see if a single baffle will work going up. I think it will. I don't think they're gonna, that's the bottom of that baffle is right at 47 inches, so I don't think they're gonna be able to jump to it, and even if they do, they're not gonna be able to hang on, so I think it's gonna work. Let's see. So do squirrel baffles work? This has been right at about a month-long project, and what we found is that a single baffle above a bird feeder seems to work a little bit, about a 20% success rate for the squirrels, which I think is a complete failure. The only way we got baffles to work with a hanging feeder was to double up on the baffles about 2 to 3 foot in between them. Never had a squirrel get by. They tried over and over and over, so that was definitely a success. On a feeder coming up from the bottom, like a feeder mounted on a pole in the ground, it seems like one baffle works fine for that. We didn't have any successes with the squirrels bypassing that baffle, so that's a success. So to visualize that, on a feeder hanging, there's our double baffles, 100% success rate. And on a feeder that's mounted on a pole from the ground, a single baffle worked at 100%. So, do squirrel baffles work? Yes, sir, they do. Hope y'all enjoyed. Have a great day. So we're gonna roll about 3 minutes of some B-roll footage. If you stick around for this, you might have problems because it's just squirrels falling off baffles. Hope y'all enjoy.